This afternoon. It is Tuesday, May 27th at, well, actually it's about 5:18 p.m. local time, City Hall. And we'll be calling the Finance Committee to order. We have the quorum of members present. Item number 1 on our agenda is minutes of the previous meeting. That is from May 13th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Motion, Henke. Second from Gisselman. Any discussion? Not hearing anything. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that carries. Item number 2, discussion and possible action to waive the fees for firework display permit and temporary Class B picnic license for Man of Honor annual raffle event. And this is an event that has come before this committee in previous years. Does anybody have any questions about this? Otherwise, I will entertain a motion. A motion from Gisselman, a second. Second from Tierney, discussion. Not hearing anything. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. Item number 3, discussion and possible action on the approval of the 2025 Community Development Block Grant Program year and the 2025 to 2029 Consolidated Plan. And this comes to us from the Citizens Advisory Committee. So these items have been vetted by the Citizens Advisory Committee. So they're just looking for our blessing on the on this plan. So any questions on this? Alder Henke?
I'll move to approve.
Okay, motion from Henke. Second? Second from McElhaney? Okay, and then go ahead.
I guess I have a question about the 25 CDBG program allocations, when those were decided.
So you're asking when the Citizens Advisory Committee?
Yeah, just this list, the
Okay.
CDBG program allocation.
Yeah, every year we have, in the fall of the year, we have 2 public hearings and a working session. The public hearings are when those that are interested in making a request for block grant funds come and make their pitch to us. And then the working session is the Citizens Advisory Committee ranking them and determining where they would like to recommend the funding goes to. From there, we wait until we find out what the true allocation is. This year, we anticipated $580,000. That's in your second column. We just found out a few weeks ago that the true allocation that Wausau is getting is $578,864. So that's why we don't bring it to you ahead of time, because we don't want to have to bring it twice. So we just wait until we find out what the true allocation is, and from that point, we make our adjustments. And because this was such a small amount, we just took it out of our admin pot.
Were there any, I don't know what to call them, any places that requested that did not get a grant?
Yeah, yes, if you look on the chart, we list everybody in that first column, the funding requests.
Okay.
And then the second column is the CAC, means Citizens Advisory Committee. That was their recommendations. And then the actual allocation is what we're recommending tonight.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Alder Tierney?
What does our administrative churches all go to? Because I see we're.
Can you adjust your microphone, please?
Sorry. I was wondering what all goes towards that administrative fee, since it's pretty high.
My salary and Shannon's salary. And then when we have a clerical person, anytime that she works on block grant, she can charge on that. Goes for the paper that we use, supplies that we use, our continuing education, stuff like that.
Okay. Any other questions for Tammy? All right, there's been a motion and second on the floor, so not hearing anything. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. Item number 4, discussion and possible action approving change addition to the City of Wausau comprehensive fee schedule for the portable stage and stage canopy. And there's some information in your packet. We got Eric here. He can also chime in with any additional information on this. It looks like this would be for events outside the city limits of Wausau. So.
Right. So the fee schedule that I put in there kind of highlighted what our current charges are for the portable stage. And, you know, recently, over the last couple of years, the council has approved the stage to be used outside the city limits. And so I would propose, just because of our additional costs, that those costs be charged appropriately. You know, if the city council were to approve that portable stage, you know, outside the city limits. We try to match for inside the city limits. We want to encourage the use of that stage for events within the city, but outside the city, I think there's consideration should be made to increase those fees for outside the city.
Alder Gisselman?
To what extent is it being used outside the city? I mean, that's the stage, I trust that it's used for the Christmas parade and the Labor Day parade, or the other stage would be the one on the riverfront and back of the library, but I'm assuming that this is the larger,
Yeah.
the larger stage.
Right, the one that our staff sets up. So far, it's just been the Balloon Fest. When the Balloon Fest left the city, you know, they've requested that the stage be brought out to, I think it was the town of Stettin, and set up out there. So in events like that, then we would, you know, I would encourage the city council to consider a higher fee for the use of that stage outside city.
Thank you.
Yep.
Does this cost, then, this is an accurate representation of what it is for like the labor costs and to transport that stage outside the city then?
This is pretty close for what we anticipate, yeah.
Okay.
Like inside the city, we probably charge less than what it costs us to set up and take down. And kind of like what I tried to explain too is sometimes if we don't have to use overtime to set it up and take it down, we don't. There are times that we have to, and our current fees inside the city don't cover that, you know, so.
But that's one of the benefits of being inside the city then?
Correct, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion. Motion from Gisselman, second from McElhaney. A discussion? Not hearing anything. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. Item number 5, discussion and possible action regarding approval of land lease and private hangar construction for a 128-foot by 120-foot hangar on southeast corner of Apron. And we've got John Schmiel here from the airport, and also in your packet, there is a chart that kind of shows the location of where these hangars will be, so.
Okay, so I have one adjustment on that, and I would adjust the dimension size to 120 by 120. There was some controversy about whether the future aircraft of the hangar builder was going to be able to fit in that hangar, and we solved that issue, and we've confirmed that the dimension is 120 by 120. So if there's a motion, we'll have to make sure that is included in there. So we have a customer that we've been flying all across the United States here for the last 2 years, and he's decided that he wants to get his own aircraft, and because we don't have enough hangar space at the airport to be able to take care of that airplane, he wants to build his own. The hangar would be exactly, the land lease would be exactly like all previous leases executed at the airport. Hangar will be the same color, the same style, and the location is on the southeast corner of the Apron, which is where we had hoped a hangar of that size would go. So and there's no curveballs here as far as I know.
All right. Any questions? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion with the amendment that it's 120 by 120 rather than the, as stated on the agenda, 128.
Okay. And a second? second from Tierney. And any discussion on that? Otherwise, all those in favor of the that's the motion as amended, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And that carries, thanks. And then a second item is also for the airport. Discussion and possible action, terminal area project and temporary sponsor-only funding.
Okay, we are currently in the middle of the terminal renovation project using FAA funds, and as we got into the project, we discovered a couple of problems that weren't anticipated when the design estimates were made. There's been some water damage due to roof leakage behind the brick. That is going to, there's a cost associated with that repair. Also, there were some HVAC changes that had to be made as well. Now, the FAA has the money to do this. It's just the timing of when those funds will be allocated doesn't align with the project timing. So we've had to do this before with other projects. The cost is $75,000, and all we're saying is if their money doesn't come through on time, that will pay the bill until they can come through with the money.
But we've run into this issue before where, but then we've always received reimbursement from either the FAA or the Bureau of Air.
Correct.
So it hasn't been an issue.
Yep.
And we're getting 95% funding on this too, so.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah, that's some of the best deals are the airport ones. Any questions? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion. A motion from Tierney. A second?
Second.
Second from Henke. Any other discussion? Not hearing anything. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that carries. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You bet. And then we're at the end of the agenda, so motion to adjourn. Motion from Henke. Second from Tierney. All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thanks.